Last time we spoke, you had about $6.6 million at that point, which was going to drive this 15,000 meter drill program that you've got, which I think judging by the press releases, you've started this kind of scout drilling as such. Can you explain to me, because you're hunting Breccia pipes, you've identified a few, you're drilling at a few. Can you explain that process for me? What is scout drilling and what are you trying to get? What information are you after?
Yeah, so, we've got 23 confirmed Breccia pipes. We've drilled 7 of those so far. And, really the game is about testing your targets and seeing which ones are mineralized. We really have 3 objectives when we go into scout drilling. And scout drilling is something where you might drill 1,000 to 2,000 meters on a particular target, maybe 6 or 8 drill holes. And the objective of that is to answer the first question, is it mineralized? And secondly, if it's mineralized, does it have indications of high grade? And the third is, what's the general sense of geometry? Obviously, with just 6 or 8 drill holes, you're not going to really fully understand the geometry, but you'll get some sense. It's, most of our Breccia pipes have been, kind of inverted carrot shaped bodies where they're narrow at the top and they get bigger at depth. And you put 6 or 8 holes into a shape like that and you've got some general sense of that. So the high grade is really critical, because if you see indications of high grade, we know we can chase that. The high grade forms from fluids moving through the rock. So if you see it at a certain depth, you can go beneath that and track that high grade. So that's really the objective of the scout drilling program. And then we do that on a number of targets. We pick the best ones to come back in and do the infill drilling, and then that's what would make up the bulk of the resource.
Okay, so again, just for me, and also for an audience perhaps slightly less technically sophisticated. So you've got 23 Breccia pipes. You've gone into 7. So if, say you hit exceptionally high grades on one of those, do you just stop drilling elsewhere and say, well, this is enough? This is a kind of company maker for us. The grades are good. People are after copper. It will tell enough of a story. Or do you need to, given the business model, which is we're getting this ready for someone else to come and develop this, do you need to kind of go into all 23, get a sense of what's there, and then check out? I mean, how does it work?
Well, our goal has been to get 10 million tons of the high grade mineralization, kind of the stuff that we've been drilling. Okay. And the reason for the 10 million tons was just as a demonstration of concept. It's not to say that that's going to be the ultimate resource. We think we can get there with 5 or 6 Breccia pipes drilled down to about 350 meters depth. But there are, like I said, there's 23 confirmed pipes. We have 92 targets on the property. And when we put all of the information together, and we have extensive, exploration results, geophysical surveys, geochemistry surveys, very detailed mapping, alteration studies, that type of thing. And from that information, we've generated these 92 targets. We don't know how many Breccia pipes are on the property. We know there's 23 that crop out at surface and we can stand on them and see them. But we also know there's blind pipes on the property because we've already found one of those with our drilling. So the goal of the drilling is to just demonstrate the concept that these Breccia pipes are potentially mineable in terms of their shape and their grade, and that we've got multiple targets still to test even after the initial resource. So that's really the objective right now.
Okay, but 15,000 meters, that sounds a lot. I mean, how quickly are you going to get through that? How many rigs are running?
Well, we've got 1 rig running right now. We do plan to add a second rig, and we'll add that second rig as soon as we get enough infill drilling lined up to fully occupy the 2 drill rigs until we get through the 15,000 meters. But the rate of drilling is about 1,700 meters per month per rig.
Okay.
So right now, that's where we're at, 1,700 a month. Once we add a second rig, we'll be at 3,400 meters a month.
I guess, given the kind of knowledge that you have, you found 23 Breccias and 3 outcropping at surface, and you've presented some data into the market. These are good grades, right? 2.1%. It's nice. Is there not a discussion at board level which says, look, maybe we need to kind of accelerate this? The market's getting a little bit warmer, hotter, some would argue, for copper. There's a definite interest in copper. People are looking for big copper projects. I don't know how much of your 6.6 million you've got left, but I know you're cautious. That was clear from the last conversation we had. You watch your money. shouldn't you kind of advance this, speed things up a bit, go to market? It's a good market right now.
Yeah, that's certainly an option for us. I think for us the critical threshold or milestone for us was the resource, right? And we're close. We've done, like I said, 30,000 meters before. I think raising money makes a lot of sense once we have a resource out, because obviously there's going to be a revaluation of the company once we get that resource. So it makes sense for us. We've got the money now. Get the work done. Show the market what we have. Draw the line in the sand, and then we can start thinking about raising money.